Well, I've got my glasses on, so you know things are getting serious. And right from the top, we're going to talk about something very serious, and that is other musicians. We all sort of believe that when you get together with musicians, it's this kumbaya moment, and you all hug it out musically, and everyone gels. And yeah, that can happen. And then there are other times where you're like, just do what you're told, damn it. And then you say, screw it, I'm going to do it myself. And that's where we are today. And we're going to put together a one-person band, and the way to do that is with robots. Yes. You might be asking yourself, why do I want to do this kind of thing? It seems like a lot, and it is, but there are a few good reasons. One of them is you may have no other musicians around, and you want to hear how something sounds in the full arrangement. You might be a solo performer who wants to add some dynamics to your show. It's a great way to practice and really nail your parts down, and it's a good way to improve your improv skills. So there are a few good reasons right there. And we're going to walk through the component parts of this setup. Some of the things are talked about in other videos, so I'm just going to link you to those. But I think as we go through it, you will see all of the possibilities. And yeah, like and subscribe. Don't forget that. I think that's enough from me at the beginning, so let's get into it. All right, let's start our gear talk with our guitar choice, which is a Canadian quality Godin A6 Ultra hybrid. And you can look up these guitars online if you're not familiar with them. They tend to find the middle ground between electric and acoustic, and they give you a whole range of tonal options. We have two outputs here. So we have the transducer output, and then we have the humbucker pickup output. If you use just the one, it will mix them together. If you separate them, then it separates them. And we've got a nice preamp interface here, which allows us to easily dial in tonal changes as we are playing. So if we bring up the transducer here, where the acoustic sound is there, and if you swap them, the humbucker takes over. It's nice to mix them because they tend to complement each other, and of course you can just find the tone that you like. Each one has its own separate EQ, the two posts here, the high and the low for the humbucker, and then we have the three slider preamps for the transducer. And I think you can see where we're going with this. We're going to run one sound as the backing track, and then we can bring in the other for some leads. We're going to add a little effect and dirt to it to make it really shine. So let's see how that works out for us. All right, let's see what's next in the chain. The humbucker sound is channeled through a JDX direct drive amp sim by Radial Engineering, and a little bit of dirt added to that with an Ibanez Tube Screamer TS5, classic sound, my go-to pedal. Those are mixed into the Donner splitter pedal through one channel. The transducer acoustic sound is run through an AC driver, also by Radial Engineering, and with a Boss reverb pedal for a little bit of shimmer, and the tuner runs out the tuner port. And those are mixed in through the other channel of the splitter pedal. And those are all combined into the input of the Ditto X4, which allows you to mix all the sounds together. Our rhythm section is made up of the Beat Buddy with a Boss FS7 outboard pedal for control, and those run to the Ditto X4 through a MIDI sync cable, and that allows you to synchronize the tempo, which is set by the Beat Buddy. Incidentally, the audio on the Beat Buddy is run separately through the mixer, so you have a little more control over that. Then the Ditto X4 acts as the kind of headquarters where all of this gets put together, and that is run through the output to a mixer, and that allows you to mix in vocals and other things like that. My mixer is a big mass of chords, but that's the way it goes. All right, let's move on. All right, let's move on with our gear talk and focus on the Ditto X4 Looper, which is going to provide the HQ of all of our multi-instrumental tracks. Let's start with a few things. We've got synchronization with the Beat Buddy through this MIDI cable input right here, and you'll see the green flashing light, which shows the tempo synchronization set by the Beat Buddy. We have 2 looping channels, and this is going to provide us with a lot of opportunities for layering and multi-tracking. We're going to start by setting a loop here on loop 1. We're just using this light pop beat for our purposes today. We're going to lay down a 2-chord progression over top, just something simple to demonstrate. I'm going to bring in a mixed sound between the acoustic and the humbucker. Okay, and I'm going to use loop 2 to create a bit of a bass line. Okay, now if you're happy with that, you can play over top of it or sing over top of it. You basically have a full song going. But we can add a little more dynamic to this by putting a riff over top of the chord progression. Now, with these dials, you can bring in the different levels, so it gives you another layer of EQing into your mix, and that will bring up one of the channels or bring it back. All right, now that we have that set, we can play over top of it by adding some distortion, bringing in our humbucker sound. Let's look at another feature on the loop station, which is the serial or sync toggle. Okay. So this is going to allow us to either play the 2 loops together, sync, or one after the other, serial. So let's switch it to serial and see how that goes. Okay. So you can play 2 different parts of a song or change the progression as you see fit. That's where the decay dial comes in. This will feather the 2 tracks as they switch between the loops. So you can set it for a hard change or a soft change, however you like that to go. And you may have noticed I've used the stop button to stop the loop, and then you can restart on the beat. Let's look over here at some of the effects. These are a lot of fun. They can add a little creative elements. We have fade here, and that will fade at the end of the loop if you end the song. So if I end the beat, okay, and you can see it fades out. So I can start it again. There's a double time feature. Oops, I have to stop that one. Okay, there's a hold which will allow you to play one note repeatedly. Reverse is a lot of fun. It's basically a tape reverse. So that can make some nice effects for you there. We got halftime. Okay. And you can stack the effects as well and hold it down to clear them. We have once, which allows you to play the loop once, and then there's tape stop, which will come to a grinding halt. Just like that. So those are a lot of fun. All right, let's take a look at the input-output features. We have stereo and mono inputs, stereo and mono outputs. I'm just using mono at the moment, but you could bring in two instruments on the two inputs. You can run the inputs through an effect send on your amp if you like. You can use the stereo outputs for a stereo mix, or you can run it to 2 amps. That gives you a whole host of possibilities. And all of that is laid out in the manual, but I think you get the idea of all of the possibilities that the Ditto 4 offers you as a one-person band. I, for one, welcome our robot overlords. I think it sounds great, and it's a lot of fun, and I think you'll find that too, so it's just left to you to put it together and make it work for yourself. If you do have any questions or comments, though, please put it down below, and I will get back to you. And you should like and subscribe, because I'll be back. You know, there's more, and we'll see you all next time.